Hello there, and welcome to the first December edition of Let's Talk Criterion. And in the lead up to the festive season, we are going to take a look at the 4K UHD upgrade of an existing title in the collection. That's Wim Wenders' 1984 film Paris, Texas, getting a Dolby Vision upgrade. Ernst Wilhelm Wim Wenders is a German filmmaker and author who's a major figure in New German cinema. Among the honours he's received are prizes from the Cannes, Venice and Berlin film festivals. He's also received a BAFTA award and been nominated for 3 Academy Awards and a Grammy Award. Now, he made his feature film debut in 1970 with Summer in the City. His 3 road movie films, known as the Road Movie Trilogy, Alice in the Cities, The Wrong Move and Kings of the Road, completing the trilogy in 1976. His other notable films are Wings of Desire, which got a 4K upgrade in the collection, as well as The American Friend and Perfect Days, and his documentary features include Buena Vista Social Club, Pina and Anselm, which of course was a Janus Contemporary release I covered just a few months back. He earned an honorary Golden Bear in 2015. His 1984 film Paris, Texas is one of his most accomplished works. It's a neo-Western road movie co-written by Sam Shepard and L.M. Kit Carson and produced by Don Guest. Now, in the film, we see a dishevelled recluse, Travis Henderson, played by Harry Dean Stanton, who reunites with his brother Walt, played by Dean Stockwell, and his son Hunter. And they embark on a trip through the American Southwest to track down Travis's missing wife, Jane. That's Natasha Kinski. Now, the film itself won the 1984 Cannes Film Festival, as well as the Papretsky Prize and the Prize of the Ecumenical Jury. Paris, Texas feels as richly mysterious and mesmeric as ever it was, an outsider's connoisseur perspective on the US, with its wailing, shuddering slide guitar by Ry Cooder, which became as much of an instant classic as Ennio Morricone's theme for The Good, the Bad and the Ugly did. It mimicked the desolate beauty of the Texas desert and the micro-landscape of the star's own weather-beaten face. Now, that, of course, was the unforgettably gaunt and haunted Harry Dean Stanton, who at 58 years of age, and after a lifetime of self-effacing supporting roles, suddenly leapfrogged mere star status to become an icon. Now, Stanton is Travis, a dishevelled guy seen at first walking serenely alone through the parched West Texas desert in a shabby suit and tie. He's mute and clearly in some traumatised state, agonised by a secret history of guilt and shame. Finally, he's picked up by his long-suffering brother Walt, a wonderful performance here from Dean Stockwell. Now, Walt has these 4 years been looking after Travis's infant son Hunter, that's Hunter Carson, son of the writer, after Travis suddenly vanished at the same time as his wife did, Jane, that's Natasha Kinski. Wenders offers a poignant meditation on Americana. Akin to Kerouac's On the Road, sometimes stamped with the nothing happens critique, the lack of a linear journey here is troubling. We're forced to celebrate and find meaning in the caprice and disarray we see, and the directionalist feeling is so familiar. We're reminded of the heartbreaking potential of the present moment. It is the art of looking for something that leads to catharsis, and despite the complicated feelings of nihilism and nostalgia on the road. When Travis's long-suffering brother Walt actually finds him, he's left with no choice but to confront his past. Wenders exhibits this encounter when Travis opens up about his long-forgotten dream to live in Paris, Texas. Cinematographer Robbie Muller's stunning slow-burn images are utterly mesmerising. Jane and Travis's romantic road trip is shot through the warm, hazy Super 8 film. And there's so much tenderness and comfort in these scenes. contrasting the vast desert shots that preceded and of course follow it. And Natasha Kinski plays the gold-hearted Hollywood girl Jane, the American dream, part of Paris, Texas's allure. Of course, the film is very impressionable. It's irresistible to watch as the delicate nostalgia creeps through the old Super 8 videos and we find our own memories trickling into this intimate footage. Jane's undoubtedly ethereal and we are awakened to what Travis is mourning. The disconnection of this scene from the rest of the film is strangely moving. And though we're watching the unfolding of their past here, it feels like we're no longer watching a film, but rather reminiscing about our own lives. Being so separate, we begin to understand the transience of such memories, which are destined to break away. Now, the moody score haunts the nearly 2.5 hours running time of Paris, Texas. Ry Cooder manages to evocatively mirror Travis's odyssey through the empty Texan prairies with his music. The simple guitar twang ripples beneath the rare dialogue in the film, cutting through the silence. We are swept away by the power of the scarcely uttered words. Cooder sculpts a soundscape that is sad yet whimsical. Like the music, the memories aren't completely gone, but they simmer gently beneath, always on the verge of surfacing. Paris, Texas' standout scene takes place in a sleazy peep show, where Jane is first seen again by her long-lost lover Travis, who's been in limbo trying to find her. Permanently separated by the mirror and their past, these lovers see each other with a despairing clarity. And this offers a stunning reflection on the timeless struggle of moving forward, one that ceaselessly taints the American dream. Melancholy and minimalistic, Paris, Texas' charm lies in its subtlety. Even its oblique title gives it a somewhat surreal essence. It transcends the Atlantic, creating a sense of distance and removal. And forged from the European eye, it leaves us to observe. It is the American dream seen from the outside, for all its glamour and its flaws, and the perspective is truly unjudgmental. Now, Wim Wenders captures the lust for memories that will never satisfy the longing for something more enduring. And we're left to hope that this family will find this. Wenders said the film shot in only 4 to 5 weeks, with only a small group working the last weeks, was very short and fast. There was a break in shooting, during which time the script was completed, and the filmmaker Alison Anders worked as a production assistant on the film, while Claire Denis served as assistant director. Filming largely took place in Fort Stockton and Marathon, West Texas, and the film marked Wenders' first time avoiding storyboarding completely. He went straight to rehearsals on location before he began shooting. It's been very influential, this film. It influenced Bono and the band U2 for their album The Joshua Tree, and Scottish bands Travis and Texas both took their names from the film's title. And modern directors like David Robert Mitchell, Wes Anderson and Sam Mendes have all mentioned Paris, Texas as being influential to their work as well, with British director Sam Mendes particularly citing it as a major inspiration for his films, describing it as one of his seminal film moments. Oedipus is often mentioned as providing themes in the film in its depiction of family. Now we look at the restoration, and first a little bit of history here. In 2014, on behalf of the French co-producer Argos Films, the original negative was digitised in 4K, restored and colour graded in 2K. Now all the work was carried out at l'Immagine Ritrovata in Bologna and the Eclair Group in Paris. And because 2K was the state-of-the-art of projection technology at the time that was installed in most cinemas, restoration, grading and mastering were only carried out in 2K. However, as extensive tests have shown that all the information contained in the original 35mm material is only fully reproduced in 4K resolution, and as projection and broadcasting norms have evolved in this direction, Wim Wenders and the Wim Wenders Stiftung decided to elaborately restore and colour grade Paris, Texas in 4K to coincide with the film's 40th anniversary this year. And the 4K restoration work was made possible with the support of Chanel and the German Film Heritage Funding Programme, FFE. It was carried out at Basis Berlin Post-Production using the 4K scans originally made. Now, the Wim Wenders Stiftung has thus been able to catch up with state-of-the-art norms and make the film available in 4K DCPs for its theatrical screenings which have taken place, and UHD for home entertainment and streaming. And that includes the HDR version in Dolby Vision for today's widespread display technology. Many perhaps won't consider an upgrade for this from their Blu-ray copy, as the features on the accompanying Blu-ray with this 4K are the same. But Curzon in Europe are also offering a 4K edition with slightly different features as well as a booklet and posters, and this will shortly be on sale in the UK and Europe, and you can see it now on the screen. The film comes in a 2-disc set, one 4K UHD disc and a Blu-ray with the special edition features. New 4K digital restoration is supervised and approved by the director Wim Wenders with 5.1 surround DTS HD master audio soundtrack. One 4K UHD disc of the film presented in Dolby Vision HDR and the Blu-ray with the film and these special features. We have an audio commentary featuring Wim Wenders himself, archival interviews with Wenders, cinematographer Robbie Muller, composer Ry Cooder, actors Harry Dean Stanton, Dennis Hopper, Peter Falk and Hans Zisler, novelist Patricia Highsmith and filmmaker Samuel Fuller. Interviews with filmmakers Alison Anders and Claire Denis, deleted scenes in Super 8 home movies, gallery of Wenders location scouting photographs, behind the scenes photos from Robin Holland, a trailer and a written essay by the film critic Nick Roddick, with interviews with Stanton, the writer Sam Shepard, and actors Natasha Kinski and Dean Stockwell, and also excerpts from Wenders' book of photos written in the West. And the cover art is designed by Neil Kellerhouse. Paris, Texas is a powerful statement on codes of masculinity and the myth of the American family, as well as an exquisite visual exploration of a vast, crumbling world of canyons and neon. And I personally have really enjoyed revisiting this title. It has a running time of 145 minutes and comes in 166:1 and 178:1 aspect ratio, and it releases in the collection on Tuesday the 3rd of December as existing spine 501. Next week on Let's Talk Criterion, we see the long-awaited arrival of a new title to the collection, and that's the Coen Brothers' No Country for Old Men, starring Javier Bardem, and it joins the collection in 4K UHD. So until then, from me, as always, it's goodbye, and above all, good Criterion viewing.